Good afternoon, curling fans, and welcome to the Utica Curling Club. Dave Craig-Nolan and Tim Conboy, we're going to bring you an A-Semi event this evening of our 2022 GNCC Senior Mixed Championship here from the Utica Curling Club. We're in the warm room. Festive nature when there's a curling bonspiel going on, and we're excited about the game. We're going to have two Utica teams that we're going to bring to you tonight. It's going to be the team of Bill Morehouse, Donna Caleo, Matt Hames, and Earlene Pulio. And they will be opposed by the team of Roger Rowlett, Michelle McEnroe, Howie Feldman, and MJ Walsh. We have several other games going on that we're going to keep you updated on the scores. That would be another A-Semi event between Plainfield, team of Jim Barsh and Utica Jones. And we have two C event games going on, and that would be Team Palazzoli and Team Schaefer on sheet 6, and on sheet 3, Petersham and NVCC. So we'll update those scores for you. Players are taking some practice slides here, and we're getting ready to begin the afternoon's festivities. Should be an exciting game. Two rather skilled teams. Chat room is open out there. Tim Conboy will keep you updated on the scores and the chat room if you choose to be here with us. We'd love to have your input let us know about sound quality and audio quality. Always a pleasure to be bringing you folks these games live. It's exciting for us to be in here broadcasting like this. Feels like ESPN. So in this game, the team of Rowlett will be throwing blue rocks and throwing first. MJ Walsh is the lead of this rink. Game is underway here, looking for a center guard from MJ. We may run into some technical difficulties with our scoreboard, folks, and if that is the case, we'll be sure and keep you updated on the other three sheets. Arlene Pulio, first stone of the afternoon.
Line's real nice. A lot of rope.
A couple of really skilled rinks here. This should be a really, really good curling game.
Line's great. We can breathe right on it. Okay. Line's great. Coming up on it. It goes. Yes, it's going.
Arlene's coming right down to this blue stone. A little tap back maybe.
That's beautiful.
And good shot there.
Okay, we're having some difficulty doing the score sheets for the other rinks.
We'll keep you updated with the audio of that anyhow. Second stone from MJ here. Looking to hit this red rock. And it looks like she's going to clear the park. Got rid of her shooter. The blue stone stayed in the back four. Bill looking to go top four here with Arlene's second stone. Sometimes in a curling game, things don't quite go like you want them to go early, so you start just leaving the guard game go awry and just bring rocks into the park. Good looking shot here. So it's going to go right to the top of the 4-foot circle.
That's a beauty.
And that's a fine shot from Arlene. Full 8. Blue stone is shot rock in the back 4. Roger will waste no time with Howie Feldman's first stone with a takeout attempt here. Fine shot here. And he made it go away.
What do you like here, Matt? You want this loser? You want this thing? Sure, yeah. Okay.
Matt Hames' first stone of the game. He'll look to put this back to the top 4, I believe.
Wait. Line's straight. How's the weight? Line's straight.
Morehouse telling the front end. He's happy with the line.
Okay, tough.
Looks like it's a little more weight than he thought. I think this is going to come right to a freeze and maybe a little bump back. And he bumped it back to the back 8, and now Red is shot rock in the back 4. Roger once again will clear rocks here. If they both go bye-bye, would be an okay scenario for him early in the game like this. And all the rocks are going to go away here. Nice shot there from Holly. Well thrown.
Nice shot.
Bill will change it up here a little bit and go to one of the little outer wing shot here. From Matt, anywhere on the rings here on the, looking down to our right, our left, pardon me.
Oh, it's right back up to speed.
Ice looks pretty keen. And this rock's going to go right through. Just through the back. Our usual fast ice here in the Utica Curling Club.
Calling for a guard or top house.
Michelle McEnroe's first stone of the game. Players still trying to feel the ice out a little bit here.
Down the middle it is. But you're not going to be playing a shot down the middle.
Center guard achieved nicely there from Michelle.
Top four. I thought that it was going to get us. Still pretty easy. Like take it first down.
Donna Caleo's first shot, the third for Team Morehouse, her first shot of the day.
Wait over. Lots of room. All kinds of room. Coming down, we got a ton of room. Wait over.
And a good looking shot here from Donna. If they can bury it, Matt trying to bury this stone. Looks like he's going to achieve just that. Very nicely thrown. Full 8 foot behind the blue guard.
One shot.
Looks like Roger's going to try and bring it down in the corner there.
Yeah, I think that's what he's shooting for here from Michelle and her second stone. Ice was a little deceiving there on Donna's shot. It looked hot and actually needed a little sweeping to get it where it was going.
Called for a sweep.
Looks great. Don't want to bounce here if you can help it. If you bounce, the shot's going to be out in the open.
And it did bounce.
It did just that.
Moved them both out in the open.
Doesn't matter. You're normal.
Well, Morehouse here with a chance to set himself up for a multiple end here. Deuce for sure. If he can hit and roll away would probably be the better scenario. Or a hit and roll under the guard.
Get all the way.
On it right away.
All the way. Line's good. You gotta go outside. You're going outside. Yeah, all the way. Going outside.
Calling for a little directional sweep in there.
Yep. And it's going to roll in.
Very nice, beauty.
And that works fine. Both rocks are pretty much locked on. There's a little separation between them. That little pesky center guard now is kind of a little bit in the way, but not really. I guess it's pretty much in the open. So
You're going to look at trying to take both of them out?
I think so. I think that'd be a good scenario here for Roger if he can get to the nose of this, even as close as they are. I don't think he even needs nose. He just needs to hit that rock with good weight here, and I think they'll both go away.
One on the left.
Yeah, the one that's closer to him. You want to hit that one first, and they'll both go away. Roger Rowlett's first stone, bringing you the A semi of our senior mixed championship. Excited to be here with my friend Tim Comboy. It's always a pleasure to be in the warm room calling a game with him.
Thank you, David. Not calling for a sweep yet. Now they go.
Now they're on it. And oh boy, he came up a little tight. And that's a crucial shot thus far in the game. Didn't want to do that, but now it poses the question: does Bill guard these two stones up, or does he split the house? I think you got to guard these rocks up because they're so close together. They'll make a double.
You know, Donna looked like she was signaling for a split house.
Yep.
You see where she puts the broom down.
Okay, I guess that's what he's going to do. And this is still playing for two. No, he's throwing a guard. I thought he would. It just makes better sense to force Roger into trying to make either a draw, or Roger's in a tough spot here. If he can guard these two rocks up, I'm not sure where Roger can put one that's a good place for him to put one and have it hidden. Yeah, you play guard here and hope Roger tries to run some of these red ones off the rings here. A little early trouble here for Roger Rowlett. A good guard here will make a pretty good scenario for Morehouse. It's taking its time to come over, but now it looks like it's starting to bend.
And the weight looks good for
this
a guard.
Is going to be just about a perfect shot. And there it is. That's a really good shot there from Bill. Really good guard. Roger's almost going to be forced to draw in behind these two shots that are on the 4 foot now. Tough shot, or does he make a run back and try to spill a bunch? Looks like he's thinking about a run back.
Right, because that top one is biting, so he's got 3 in the house at this point.
Yeah, it's kind of a damage control shot here for Roger.
As you know, a simple draw is not always a simple draw.
So true. So a little early trouble here. Skip Roger Rowlett will try and make a run back of this guard that Bill Morehouse just threw. Try and run it straight back into the nose of the two that are sitting on the 4 foot. And still going to leave Bill sitting 1 because he's using their rock, but giving up 2 here might not be a bad thing the way the end unfolded.
Well, if he hits off nose, could he possibly lose all 3?
Yes.
On the inside of
it's
the
tough,
nose.
but yeah, I think that's he could get all 3 if he hits it right.
Ooh.
And he only got rid of 1.
A little more weight, they might have done something.
Maybe so, yep. So Bill Morehouse is going to have an open draw for 3 here in the first end. Just got to hit the rings.
It's always nice to start out with a couple.
Isn't that the truth? Especially with a hammer. You sort of can force the action at that point, trying to bait your opponent into getting 1. And, curling is about execution. There's sometimes even, I don't expect any ill strategy from such 2 experienced teams, but nonetheless, missed shots can create havoc for opposing skips. And it looks like Bill's got his 3. Yep, very nicely thrown. Well swept. And an early 3 for Team Morehouse with hammer in the first end. The other first ends in our other 3 games are not completed yet. But we will keep you updated on those.
And just so people know, on sheet 2 is Utica 5 Palazzoli against Utica 7 Joyce Schaefer. Sheet 3 we have NVCC from State College, Pennsylvania.
Yep, Nittany Valley.
Nittany Valley against Petersham. Sheet 4 Plainfield against Utica Jones. No scores as yet. For a while, everybody thought it was MVCC spelled wrong. Local community college.
Gotta love that Nittany Valley. It just sounds the Nittany Lions. Gotta find out what the history of that is, Tim. I don't know what a Nittany Lion is.
Sounds almost like the Bad News Bears or something. Bring this one down, touching 4.
Yep, no guard here. You want to just go right here, and Roger will ignore that rock, I believe. Oh, no, he's going to hit. Okay. I thought he might set his corner guard. A little too early to panic, so he's going to play the game of hitting and trying and rolling as far away. He'd like to get a little biter way on the outside here. A little easier to hit, or to not hit, to make a takeout early in the game with rocks on the outside. Haven't seen rocks the way they travel out that far yet.
And some skips don't like to leave anything in the house this early. They'll take it right out instead of playing the side game of the T-line corner guards.
Yep.
Oh boy.
And here you are. Unfortunate miss there. So now we said same thing. So I'm not sure what Bill is actually. I didn't see what he called for here, Tim.
He's gone looking for his broom set. He's calling for guard
up the shot,
or possibly drawn right down to it.
Okay. Aggressive call this early to go for a freeze.
Maybe a top 12 guard.
Of course, we're playing 5 rock free guard zone. GNCC event. I think it's everywhere in the States now. So what that means is the first 5 rocks not touching the rings can be moved around but not taken out until the 6th rock is thrown. On the 6th rock, that is.
And if you do take one out, what happens?
Goes back. Opposing skip gets to put it back where he wants.
Okay, that's just into the 8 foot. And Roger's going to call for a hit on the top one.
Give MJ another chance to redeem herself here.
There is enough separation. They might be able to get a double.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just off nose. I think they both go away.
Calling for a sweep. Nope. Calling him up.
Line's getting better. Oh, it came up hard.
Okay. Nosed it, took one out.
Red is shot rock on the 4 foot.
And blue is wide open for a hit. Morehouse going right after it.
Well thrown there from Matt. Looks like it's going to roll right into the other stone.
Right on top of it.
Right on top of it, too. Couldn't have wound up in a better spot.
Very little separation between those two.
No, sit right there.
Well, Howard will look to get rid of one of these. I don't believe he can get rid of both of them, Tim.
I don't believe so. I think they're too close together.
Yep. Well, we'll see. He's got enough weight to do it if it happens. And just like we thought, it left the red stone in the middle of the 8 foot, somewhat exposed.
And actually, to pick off that red one, he's almost going to have to just, if they get a chance, just catch a half a rock maybe.
With somebody like Matt throwing here, I think he's going to try and run the blue. Oh, no, I guess not. I thought he would try and run the blue rock into it, but we'll see what he's got up his sleeve here. I thought he tapped the blue stone with his with his broom, meaning that he was going to hit that one. But we'll see what he.
He might be where that broom's set though. He might be just trying to pick the blue off.
Yep. Nope, he's trying to make use his own stone.
Oof, not quite sure what that was.
Nope.
He actually,
Maybe a little misread there, maybe.
He actually took his out and rolled out.
Now Roger can either split the house or guard this. He's got the hammer here, down 3. I think he's going to play guard.
Yeah, I'm thinking he wanted to come down in that last shot. Just catch the corner of that.
I think you're right, depending on
chip it out.
Yep, the way that the outcome came, I think you're right there.
Just didn't curl enough.
Yep. So Howie will try and guard this up.
Just cleaning the ice. No sweeping.
Yeah, the ice is playing great right now. Shout out to our ice keepers who do a fabulous yeoman's work here at the Utica Curling Club to keep us playing on superb ice. It's a tricky science to make really good ice and keep really good ice, and our ice crew does do a fabulous job. Kudos to all of them. I am a member of the ice crew, but I don't do much other than pebble and nip for one night a week. I'm not here to scrape and do the hard yeoman's work that they do, and we're grateful to all of you who are too many of you to mention right now. But
and they're constantly making changes to it too. They're looking for any runs, any bad spots, trying to fix it.
Pretty great crew. Kudos to Gary White and his crew for doing such a great job.
And not quite a double, about a 1.5.
Yep. The blue rock stuck around over in the 12-foot here. Now Roger will split the house. I always like to give a shout out to our kitchen staff too, Anthony Amodio and his staff providing us with fabulous meals here at the Utica Curling Club.
They do all the food service for the Bonspiels also Friday night. It's a regular restaurant-style food for the members and guests.
Yeah, if you're in the neighborhood, come in the front door. As long as you have can prove that you were vaccinated, you're allowed to come in our club. Say that Dave Craig Nolan and Tim Conboy sent you.
Come on down and watch a little curling. Watch people, as they say, throwing stones at houses.
And being able to get away with it. Well, there's a great shot there. The setup for deuce now is Team Rowlett. Little damage control here from Billy Morehouse. Donna will try and get rid of one of these stones. And barring any occurrences, Roger should get his 2 here. Little directional sweep there from Matt. Got a little more curl out of that rock.
Scoring update on sheet 2. Utica Schaefer took 3 in the first end over Palazzoli, 0. Sheet 3, Petersham scored 1 against 0 against NVCC, Nittany Valley. Sheet 4, Utica Jones took 2 over Plainfield.
And Michelle was able to get rid of the red rock and stick. So once again, there's a good setup for Rowlett to get his deuce here. Tough double here. The rocks are almost static. Yeah, so it's hard, real tough double. I think Billy just liked to make this go away and roll over to that shot.
Right, that would be a flat, pretty flat hit.
Pretty flat hit. That's the toughest shot in the game, right? I've seen it made, but you got to throw big weight and hit the rock just right to slide it over to the other one. It's really a tough shot.
Well, Billy can throw big weight if he needs to. So we'll see what happens when he lets go.
Yeah, at this point, I think he'd be happy to just let Roger have his 2 and get the hammer back up 1 in the third end.
Pretty normal speed coming down.
Matt's once again trying a directional sweeping, but it's not going to work. I think the shooter's going to go away. And Roger will just, with his first stone, try to split the house once again.
Roger in the hack.
Trying to split the house here.
And the crowd's woken up behind us.
Must be a Saturday night in the curling club. This rock looks a little toasty, Tim.
Might go right through
I
the
think
house.
this is going right through. So this is an unfortunate miss for Roger, because what that means is that he'd like to blank the end here now, or if Bill puts one, I think Bill will make this go away, and then Roger can just blank. That's what they're gonna do.
Yep, the broom's up for a hit.
Billy would like to keep a shooter there. Make it so if Roger nose hits it, he'll take his one, which he won't want to do at this point. But
Well, Billy might roll out here.
Yeah, he's going out, and that's fine. There was no right or wrong to that one. And Roger will practice a takeout here.
Now, there are some skips that will put one in, take their score whenever they can get it. It's not necessarily by the book, I guess.
Right, in this situation, down 3 early, I think you want to just blank the end and keep the hammer and try put another end together. He had a good end going for his deuce there till he was unfortunate with it heavy on his draw, resplitting the house. But, yeah, I think he's just going to practice a takeout here and blank it. The old blank end.
Yep. That's an experienced skip throw through. It's not overly heavy.
Right.
Just enough to make it through a little practice shot.
Exactly, and see what the ice does in that spot with that particular weight. Now we pick up the pieces in the third. Still Morehouse with a three-point lead here. Roger will keep his hammer and try to put a hammer end together for himself and move on here. Sometimes funny curling games can get kind of lulled. You can get lulled to sleep in a game like this when there's not a lot of rocks in play, and it can be a little bit deceiving because all of a sudden there'll be one end where there's 5 or 6 or 7 rocks in play or more.
Yeah, these two teams normally won't leave a lot of rocks
Very
in play.
true. Well said.
But like you said, when you look down, all of a sudden see 3 in there, you wonder what happened if you weren't paying attention. Where did these rocks come from?
It's true.
And the skips probably say the same thing.
Yep. And nice center guard there. Erlene Pulio, a pleasure to play with. I've had the pleasure of playing with actually everybody who's playing in this game a time or two, but very quiet and just real steady curler. Has been her whole curling career. Looks like we're looking to come around here with MJ's first stone of the third end. not curling very much. It's just getting a little bit of late curl, but
Well, looks like it's following that 4-foot line right down.
yeah, nice weight, huh? Right to the tee line, but just didn't want to move.
I think I played on that sheet the other night. It was the same thing down that line.
Wouldn't go.
It's almost like it stayed right there on that line and couldn't move over.
Wasn't weight sensitive or anything, huh? Just wouldn't move. Going to be a little tricky thing for the skips here to find the right ice to get one to curl there.
And because really that was tee line weight and that didn't move.
Mm-mm.
Got to curl a bunt. Got to curl a bunt.
Oh boy.
Now you heard Bill Morehouse calling for it's got to curl a bunch, and again, that stone just stayed out there.
Roger looked to sit 1 and 2 here. In the 8-footer, even the top 4 behind that red guard. Top 4. Right call here.
He's about a rock outside the rack that's there. It'll be interesting to see how much it curls.
Yeah, they just came down this line and didn't get much curl there. For Eileen, we'll see what happens here with MJ's second stone.
Okay, they're sweeping this one all the way. That's not even going to make it.
No, unfortunate there, huh?
No, it wasn't huge. I just assumed he didn't.
Might get over the hog line. In
Long,
fact, it did.
Long center guard.
Yeah. Not what you want when you have the hammer, especially when the other team has one between you and the bark. So Matt can make a big change in the end here. If he can hit this blue rock and slide right under these 2 guards, Roger's going to be peeling with Howie's first stone. Howie's already in the hat. Looks good. It's going to roll a little too far. Stayed on the rings, however. Back 8.
So Rogers going for the center. He's draw behind. He's going to leave that one out there. Behind the tee line. Some people will chase those, some won't.
Yeah, I'm almost a little shocked that he's not trying to get those center guards out of the way with hammer. But he's trying to get to the 4-foot first.
Well, this is one, if you make it there first, you're guarded nicely. But if you don't, and they do, you regret not taking out the
That's
guards.
right. Exactly. Then the other team can freeze on your shot rock here. And your hopes of having more than one in the end are going to go away. And that is not touching the ring. So now, big opportunity here for Morehouse to put one behind.
You like that?
Essentially 3 guards.
That works for me if you sit right here. Yeah.
Okay, little change of strategy there. It looks like Matt suggested hitting this blue rock and sitting there.
Take out that promote possibility.
Right.
Kind of a down weight hit here.
Well executed. Now Roger will get back to that draw game. Yep. Big shot here from Howie. Roger trying to scramble back into the game here in the 3rd end after a blank second.
And this is a side they haven't played down yet, I don't believe.
I don't think we've seen a draw here. I think you're right, Dan. Looks pretty good. Weight looks real good.
It's definitely moving, unlike
Maybe
the other side.
a little toasty, maybe. No, I think he's got a good rock here. Going to be behind the tee line. Oh, no, it actually isn't going to be shot. Interesting how far that rock went. Wow. That went a long way.
Yeah,
Huh?
I thought that was going to be back 4, maybe touching 8.
Yep. So now the door is open for Bill. Roger and I call this the first hog to the trough shot. Nobody's at the 4-foot circle yet. So the team that gets one behind these guards here is going to be in control of the end.
Behind the guards, top 4.
Perfect.
And Donna slides out. Lets it go.
Wait on it. Here it comes. Let's go. Oh, it's coming sideways.
Wow, is that thing ever going sideways?
Wow, yes it is.
Oh my goodness. Yikes. And that was kind of an abnormal curl there because it was wide, 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 and it got all the way back to the side. That rock could have something underneath it. It's possible that rock picked, or we're possibly losing pebble is also a possibility there, but that rock made a really funny move.
Yeah, it was just slowing down there too, so it really just kind of skittered sideways
Yep.
at the end. Plenty of guards out
So
there.
the door's open here for someone to get to the 4-foot circle here, which is becoming a challenge of the end. Michelle McEnroe now.
Now they're sweeping pretty hard. Oh, they're up.
I think she's got a good-looking shot.
Plenty of line.
Good-looking shot. This is a beauty. Oh, it didn't get there. It checked up. Oh, my goodness. Draw's still there.
Right, that one she just threw there, that's got the potential if you're narrow, somebody's going to pop that blue in.
Yep.
So red has to be careful if they're drawing the same side.
Bill's calling for a raise here from Donna on this rock that's on the 4-foot line here just outside the rings.
So he's going to stay away from that blue that was just thrown.
Sure. The angle's not there to get with these good way it's set up. I don't know that you can get to the to be able to promote it. Maybe.
Yes, for line. Line's good. How's the weight? Whoa, it's got a curl. It's got a curl. It's got a curl. We're past it.
Wow. So there's that line, Tim, huh?
Yeah, it is. Look at that, just straight as.
Wow. Heavy and through. And it's becoming, this end is becoming a struggle to get to the 4-foot. We just have one red rock on the 8-foot circle in the back. So there's a chance the 4-foot circle's wide open here.
I'm going to imagine that. Roger's going to come in from this side. If it's a little narrow, tap that blue in.
Might be able to split them both on.
They're sweeping all the way initially.
This one's coming too. I don't know. It looks like they're going to get this one by. And just got it by. Oh, that's a beauty from Michelle. That's a great rock.
It's just about where they wanted it. Top 4.
Well swept and well thrown. Nice shot there from Michelle McEnroe. So now the steal, this is what Roger, how they wanted this end to shape up. Somebody to get to the 4-foot first, and he's in line to get his deuce. Bill's going to want to freeze to this stone, I think.
Right, because it's not really accessible until if he can corner freeze, then it gives him a chance to tap it out later.
Right, and it might force Roger to 1 also, which is not the end of the world.
What I've learned is you have to be patient sometimes. Not every shot can make what you want to do. I mean,
Well said.
I mean, you can't necessarily put everything in the house and take everything out of the house. Sometimes you got to set up for a couple,
Very
3
true.
shots down the road.
That's well said, Tim. I agree. It's one of the hardest parts of the game when you're skipping, right?
Right, it is.
A little more.
You know, you might be looking at, say, how can we get this out of there when you really can't?
Right,
So you set it up for a future out.
right. Or sometimes giving
Or
up
just-
one's not a bad thing.
Right,
You know, make a shot that makes your opponent difficult to score another one.
right. Basically, if you get down there and freeze to it, you've closed the rings right down.
Sure. Looks good. Weight looks okay. It's a little wide. Look at it. It just doesn't want to curl there. Did it back up? No, it didn't. It's coming now. Oh, my goodness. It's going to be shot rock. What a good throw there. Nice shot from Bill. It's in the open. It is shot rock, however. Just didn't finish. Animated Bill Morehouse looking at that stone saying, why didn't it finish? The weight was perfect. It just didn't curl enough to get behind the blue one.
Yeah, even when you watched it come down there, you could see it sit right on that line, and at
just
the last
kinda
minute,
hung
it
there.
just kind of moved over a few
Yeah,
inches.
yep. Just hung there.
These are not moving after the hog line like they've done in prior games on other sheets. They used to go hit that hog line and move 2-3 feet sometimes.
Very true.
This especially on the right side going away.
Interesting scenario for Roger because he's got another rock here in the back of the park. He can get rid of this stone and sit there. He's going to force Bill to make a really good shot here to keep him from getting a multiple end. So this is a big shot here from Roger. He'd like to make this shot go away. And I think if he sits right there, he gives Bill a chance to hit him and slide underneath him. So what do you think is the best scenario here? Hit and slide away, or?
I think if he could actually,
Can he get underneath this?
If he hits him, he could roll in and be underneath.
Just
got to be
soft
careful.
at it, though.
He's not behind the tee line too much, though.
Yeah.
Then he leaves a pocket.
No sweeping, so it's not narrow. A little out, he might have missed this. Doesn't want to tick it over and make a shot. Well, got enough of it. Moving on. Oh, he got them both almost. Nope. Almost got the double. Red Rock stayed in the back.
Okay.
So he's still got one buried here.
And red is number 2. Right on the back 12.
Yes.
But that blue was almost impossible to remove.
And Roger's sitting 1 and 3 here, so Bill's got to make a defensive shot here, unless he goes for the gusto, and I'm sure he'd like to stuff one right behind this blue one and sit shot. Roger, I don't know what Roger will have if he does that.
It's even tough the way they're curling. They're not even it's hard to read right now because I thought this side was curling, then it kind of stopped.
Big shot here. That's why the skips get the big bucks. You always hear me say that. He can put one behind this blue one on the pot. Half buried, he's going to be in good shape to steal. Plenty of weight, a little heavy. Looks toasty.
It's going to go right by. Oh, by it.
Right off the rings. Wow, so now Roger can hit this red rock on the back 12 and get 3.
And that's where the room's placed. Just got a nose hit, stick.
Yep, nose hit for. Even if he loses his shooter, he's going to get 2, right?
Right, but I'm sure at this point he'd love to get 3.
Definitely. So the second end had almost no nail biting, and this end almost every shot was a nail biter. So it's a strange game we play. Big shot here from Roger. He can get himself right back in the game with a hit and stick for 3. Funny little piece of ice here. It doesn't want to curl much. He's down weight. It's coming over, and I think he's fine. He's coming right to the nose. Nice shot there from Roger. Got himself right back in the game with a triple.
All right, ties it up. It's a new game already.
Very nice.
Sheet 2, Utica Schaefer. 6-0 lead. 6-0 lead over Utica Palazzoli. Sheet 3, Peters Am. 2-0 over NVCC. Sheet 4. Second end's not posted yet.
Well, here we go. Game on. Tied after 3. Morehouse will have the hammer here. I didn't expect either one of these teams to give up 3 early in the game, but again, the game we play is a very strange game. You just don't know. Ends unfold in certain ways, and sometimes you have to leave the planned strategy and do what you have to do, but
Probably a lot more comfortable for Roger now.
Oh, yeah.
Brought himself back into the game in the second end. Being behind 3 in the first end is not a killer, but it's also not comfortable.
You got that right. Nice looking center guard here coming from MJ. Looks perfect. We'll split the center line right in half. Nice shot. Bill's going right for the 4-foot here with her lean.
Wait only. Order good.
Calling for a corner guard, or I missed what he called.
Thought he was coming around to the top of the 4-foot, but it's not going to get there. It's not going to bury. Good weight. Just doesn't want to curl, huh?
Didn't
The previous draw had a lot of curl in that spot, and right now it just hasn't developed yet.
You know, that's why I wasn't sure what he was calling for a minute, because it didn't seem to be coming in, so I thought maybe he was putting it on the outside.
Roger calling for a takeout here from MJ.
A very distinctive sweep call.
Yeah, might take his own rock out. He's going to take his own rock out, which is okay to do. We can't put that one back.
No, and he's going to roll out, too.
Yeah. Didn't take his rock out, just moved it out of the way, made it like a corner guard for Bill almost, but he'll guard his shot rock up early in the end here. That blue rock that got moved over is actually can be used as a corner guard for Morehouse.
Well, as you know, sometimes even when you don't have hammer, you end up playing a partial hammer game because you got to put the stones where you can hide them.
Exactly.
Sometimes you get playing the wrong game on purpose and you kind of forget what you have.
That's true. So Arlene's looking to guard up shot rock here.
Line's real good. Left squeeze. Line's great. That's good. Yeah, go. Hard to bring it. Come on, every inch of curl you can get out.
Yeah, the curl, it's just, the rocks are just flattening out right now. It just, that rock looked like it was going to be perfect, and it's going to guard it, but still pretty much in the open. It's edge on edge.
There was one, too. Maybe if they swept a little bit earlier just to keep the momentum going.
Yep, on this, when ice behaves like this, that's really one of the ways you can combat that is to get the rocks going early, especially on a rock that has the right weight, which that did.
Right, a lot of the instinct is to not sweep and let it curl, but if it needs some momentum to keep curling.
Well thrown here. And it's still not
Oh,
curling.
look at that.
It kind of fell. My goodness. Did that deceive my eyes, or did that rock back up on him?
I couldn't tell if it backed up, but it certainly didn't curl in.
Wow. Wow, that was unfortunate. Well thrown.
It's a little bit harder from our point of view because we're not behind sheet 5. We're looking at it
So true.
from behind sheet 3, actually.
Yeah, we're
So-
calling this game on watching a video, folks.
So we're going to let you call it from home, too.
Let us know what you thought. To my eye, it looked like that rock was wide, but it looked like it was going to get a piece of that rock. In the last 10 feet, it sort of just flattened out and went the other way. Post-game, I'll ask Howie. He'll remember the specific shot, I'm sure. Bill looking for a little Christmas tree here. He'd like to put one right in between the red one and the blue one. Sit 1-2 and show maybe half of the shot rock.
How's the weight? Can we sweep it?
Right in the 8-foot circle
Sweep it?
would be good.
Got a ton. Stay close though. We might get inside.
Plenty of weight. It's actually coming right to it.
Looks a little heavy.
Again, and it's not curling.
It might go right by also.
Look at that. Oh my, it went right by it. Oh, this is strange.
This is going to have to change their strategy based on a no curl.
I'm telling you, it looks like a really tough little piece of real estate to figure there, huh?
Well, we'll See Howie throwing a down weight.
Yeah,
Take
real
out.
unforgiving. Yeah, real unforgiving if you're up. Up weight.
Well,
And this one's definitely getting a piece, I think. Yeah, he's got a piece. Just nudged it over
Boy.
behind the guard. My goodness, it's hard to get one to curl there.
it'll be interesting now that they're going to be going inside. Oh, inside out to draw down to
Yeah,
it.
we'll see if this curls. He's going to take a little bigger piece, a little more broom for Matt's shot here. That was unfortunate. Howie Feldman, notoriously one of the best shooters in the club, had both rocks kind of do something wonky on him there.
Right, he didn't fling it out or anything
No, he
like that.
didn't.
It was a nicely thrown rock. It just didn't behave as expected.
Very true.
Now this one's moving.
We want to get this on the rings if we can. And it's going to come up a little short. So plenty of room to draw. There's a good, oh my goodness, there's about 8 feet between the rock Matt just threw and shot rock. So Roger will try to freeze right down to this shot, especially since it's behind the tee line. Big shot here from Michelle. Good steal chance here for Roger if in fact he can freeze down to this rock. Game on, this is getting exciting now. They jumped it like she might have been light, and she's not light, and it's just not curling.
You could hear Roger calling, saying
Yeah.
it's got a curl.
Not light. It's going to make contact with it and wind up shot rock, I believe.
But it is hittable.
Most definitely is.
Basically wide open.
Yep.
I mean, I guess if we cross the face a little, it's not bad. That'd be awesome. Control takeout?
I'm just looking for control weight here. You heard Bill.
Control takeout, cross the face.
Yep, that would be the good luck trying to get one. I mean, it's real weight sensitive to get one to curl here, too. If you're up weight, I'm not sure it's going to come over.
Whoa, yes, yes, hard, we gotta go. Gotta go hard. Gotta go real hard.
Matt actually switched sides to try and steer it up.
It's not by the guard. It's going to tick the red one. And I believe hang around on the rings, which is not the end of the world for Morehouse with hammer here. But now Roger gets to play. What do you do here if you're Roger? Do you guard with your one lonely red rock, blue rock there? Go right to the top of the button and put one on the pile here,
Sure,
too?
sure. If you put one on the pile,
Yep.
you actually, if you could freeze to that blue,
Yep.
they're going to end up, if they hit you, they're going to take themselves out.
Even freezing on the red one wouldn't be horrible. Either or, but you want to come and you don't want to bounce and go to our right. You want to either freeze to either one of these stones or tap the red one back just a little. Oh, this line looks super good. I don't know if it's got legs. I don't know. You want to get it there? Oh, yeah, it's there. This is perfect. This is perfect. Good shot. That's a real good shot. 1 and 2 is blue.
All right, if we just catch a piece of it, we'll get them both.
Okay.
Yeah, you almost had to make the freeze there, right?
Yeah.
To keep it.
Yeah, if you had brought it down another half a stone, I think
Yep.
it would have been
Locked right on the
locked
red
in-
one.
Locked in the red, locked on the blue almost.
Yep. Big shot here from Donna.
So Bill's calling if he hits the inside, can take the top blue and roll over and take the back blue. See what he does. Top one, ooh.
And it chipped the red rock away, moved the blue one, and left Roger sitting 2. So not the best outcome, but
He didn't hit it as thin as he wanted to.
Correct.
He wanted to hit it a little thinner.
yep.
And kind of knock that one off and continue on into the other blue. Very precise shot, actually.
It was, and we're not losing sight here that Bill does have hammer here, correct? Yes. So Roger's going to play top 4, guard him up. Top 8, guard him up.
Okay, they posted the third end, sheet 2. Utica Schaefer, 7-0 over Utica Palazzoli. Sheet 3. Petersham, 3 over NVCC 0. And then sheet 4, Utica Jones, 6. Plainfield, 1. Utica Jones took a big jump from sheet.
Yes, they did. Back to our feature here, Roger Rowlett, first skipstone in our 4th end. Sitting 1 and 2. No hammer for Roger. Bill's got the hammer here.
Is he going to bring one right in? Or?
I think so. I think he'd like to be on the top of the 4-foot here. Hands are up from the front end like he's got plenty of weight. You got to go to this one till it stops.
Yeah, that's just...
Oh, my. Not quite. It's going to protect shot rock, however, I believe. It did guard shot rock. So now if you're Bill, what do you do here? You got to either open the front end up or make a run off of this blue one, right?
Either that, or could you come around that blue one with a down weight takeout, like a hack weight takeout? Because we're looking at it. He's got the broom. Donna's got the broom right next to the red guard.
He's going to peel. Going to peel the guard and try and run it into one of the blue ones even.
Yeah, it'd be interesting if he's going to peel it off to the side or run it straight back. Knowing Billy's going to run it straight back.
One thing you don't want to do is run it right in between the 2 blue ones and leave your shooter there.
Right.
And it would be like a wasted rock. You want to hit something blue if you're going to run this back.
Well, that's one of the things, too, when you're calling it, you're watching it come down and you really want to hit the edge to peel them both off, leave it open. At the same time, you sometimes can't resist the urge to send it straight back. And then, like you said, if you miss it,
right,
you've left the guard there.
If Bill can get to some of these blue ones. He's got 2 red rocks on the park. He's looking at a multiple end. See what he's got here.
If he actually runs it back between those 2 blue, he could actually jam on his head. Let's see what's going on here.
He's just peeling it. Okay.
Yep. Oh, he knocked his blue forward.
Wow. So now Roger's sitting 3, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. Bill peeled the 2 guards out and knocked Rogers up into the house.
This is Roger really needs to throw a real specific shot here to try and keep Bill from scoring.
He needs to guard that center, that 4-foot area.
Right there. Even full in the 8-foot, maybe right there where he's got his broom wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, that top, the one that he's got in the top 8 there, you could almost ignore at this point because the scoring area is right down on the floor.
Right.
Bill freezes one in there, and Rogers' other ones don't count.
Right, exactly. Big shot here from Roger. Without hammer, sitting 3 here in the 4th end.
How far do you think he's going to bring it down?
I think I'd want it in the 8-foot circle, just touching the 8-foot circle. You might be able to take both of these shots away. What you don't want it to do is be deep enough where if Bill noses it, well, again, Bill's in a pickle here.
It wouldn't be the worst case if he actually
just guard it,
or even froze to the center one, right?
Yeah, even outside the park in the, I don't know how this, let's see what he's got here.
Well, we'll see in a minute what's going to happen.
Michelle's got her broom exactly where I would want the rock. Right on the center line, just touching the 8-foot circle. Looks real good. Weight's good, line's good. No, it's going to be okay. It's a good shot. Would have liked it over about another 6 inches. It lost a little bit of line, crucial line. You would have wanted that a little bit more on the left side of center, right? Now Bill's got a couple ways in there. He can in off this stone that's on the corner of the 4 foot.
Right, if
There's
you're
probably
looking
room to draw right down to shot rock and be shot, right?
if you're looking at it from Skip's perspective, you want a little bit to the right, correct?
From,
Okay, you're looking at a different screen. I'm looking at the house.
okay, yeah.
I'm looking at the bottom house.
Yeah, we would, and if you're looking at the bottom house, we wanted another stone's width to the right would have been better. There is a way of drawing here, and I'm not sure. I don't want to mess anything up.
I think if you put the
mouse, yeah, just
down
click
in
it.
the lower left-hand corner, I think
Yeah.
that's where you draw.
Yeah. Looks like Bill's got a good shot here for his one. Very nicely thrown. That's an end saver right there for Bill Morehouse. So with the last rock, he got his one. And takes a 4-3 lead after 4. Yeah, Roger left that guard a little, just over curled on him a little bit, and left the door open.
Try it, see if you can bring the mouse right down in that house.
Oh, it's on this side now. Okay, that's what we do. And then you hit escape up on the top. Wink. That'll get rid of it. Boom. Okay.
Okay, we just learned how to draw. we're now officially.
It's like drawing with a potato.
Yeah, we're officially in the 2nd grade now.
Tim and I aren't the two most techie commentators that the curling club has to offer, but
Okay, we can talk and we can draw. Maybe we'll be able to walk soon.
we're learning as we go, folks. So a big shot there from Bill Morehouse, taking his 1 against 4. And we're moving on to the 5th end here. Roger will think about that guard if Bill comes back and wins the game. He'll think about that guard that he had to throw there. If he'd left it over another foot, Bill would have had a tough opportunity to get in there. Center guard from Erlene.
And even if he had left it over farther, I was wondering if Bill could have come down to the other one and wicked in.
Maybe.
You know, as a possibility if he had thrown the perfect guard.
Yep. We will never know.
No, we won't. Having 20/20 hindsight, we can tell you exactly what happened. Oh.
Looks like MJ's looking to draw around this red rock. Again, the player's having a tough time getting the rocks curl out here. This one looks like it's getting a little more action than we've seen, but it's still not finishing. Just not finishing. Kind of a sitting duck there in the 8 foot.
Now, there's lucky if there's a foot of curl out
I
here
know,
on a good rock.
Yeah.
Other times we've had 3-4 feet of
I
curl.
know, we're really struggling to get rocks to curl here.
Although, like I said, I was on sheet 5 earlier this week, and that same line that way, going away from the glass, is pretty straight.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I think it coming towards the glass, it'd fall a little bit, like we thought we saw.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, going away with the intern.
Yes.
Yeah, it's definitely not curling much over there.
All the way! Hooray! Gotta go hard, guys. Gotta go hard.
And Ames doing a little directional sweeping, trying to catch a corner of it.
Yeah, mission accomplished. Got it off the rings. They're both going away. I think Roger will go for the 4 foot here again. Played a long time with Roger. I kind of know what he's going to, I could almost guess and predict what he's going to call in a given situation, having played with third for him for quite a few years.
He's pretty consistent on the game he calls.
Yes, he is. It's a pleasure to play with. He's smart and he's cool, and you know, he looks at when you're skipping, you look in the face of disaster, and sometimes you just have to smile. You just have to smile and say, "How did we get here?" But it's a funny part of the game.
Well, that's it. If you're very, very competitive and you take the game very seriously, you could really walk out of here with a little heartburn.
You get that right. A little light. Not gonna make it. No. No, 4 foot's still open. Now Billy will go for the 4 foot.
Sometimes the curling gods sit back and just laugh at you.
That's so true. Matt Hames would love to put a rock behind these two guards, somewhere in that 4 foot circle.
Line's pretty good. How's the weight? It's gonna snap on us. It's light, we can squeeze. Well, line's good.
Okay, this one's coming.
Stay close. Yeah,
Just coming in. You start the curl.
And check up. No, he got it there. That's a good throw. Nicely thrown by Matt. Going to go right to the full 4 foot. Very, very nice behind the guards. A lot of room to get towards it, though.
Yeah.
I think Roger's going to start peeling. Yep.
Yeah, because sometimes the tendency is to try and hit that with a down weight takeout or down weight tap back, if you can tap it back a little bit, but it's a precise shot.
And if you miss, you're in a pickle because then the other team can put another one in, right?
Right. They put another one in, pile another one on top.
The wise choice
guard it.
is to get rid of these guards here. Do the best you can do to get rid of these. Shooter's going to stay right there. And both of them went bye-bye.
I've been in many a game where I've wished I'd gone after the guards. And you're down in the third stones and say, I wish I had 2 stones ago.
Well, yeah, you skip for a while and then you say to yourself, how did I get into this situation? And usually it's because you didn't peel the guards with him.
Right.
You
You called the shot, expected it to be made, and it wasn't.
Now, understandable in a club curling game where maybe you don't have the skill level of the second to throw those kind of shots, then maybe you're forced to do something different because it's obviously you have to throw a little bit of weight with some degree of accuracy.
Line's good. Yeah, get it going. Yup.
And that'll look to stuff another one around this red one if you can get it there.
Yup, all the way. All
I
the way.
believe that was the call.
All the way. Far as you can bring it. Far as you can bring it. Come on, every bit. Every bit. Come on. Every bit.
I'm going to like this one. Didn't quite get to the rings.
No, they tried.
Just
They
checked
dragged
up
it
on
away.
him. Yeah, the line was perfect. It just was a little light.
And Roger's going to make those go away.
Yep. Give Howie another chance at busting the front end open here.
Well, that's a good person to be throwing. How he can throw the weight to move him.
Perfect shot.
Drove the red in.
Yep, red's going to go through. I think
so.
maybe not.
He's going to hang around.
Yep. No hammer for Team Morehouse. But he's got 3 rocks on the park. I think he'd like to play guard. Yep. Why not? Good shot there from Howie. Opened it up. And now Donna gets to play guard.
Center line guard is what we need. Gotta curl it high. Yeah, get it going. Get some curl on it. Come on, all the way. Hard.
This rock never came back. She got a little wide. Matt's really working it to try and get it over, but it's just not going to come over. And now Roger's back in business here. If he can't roll underneath these guards, he's back in business to score a multiple end. Funny how one shot can change the complexion of an end. Happens very frequently in a curling game. Shooter's going by, but I'm not sure where the shooter's going. And the shooter's going to go out, I believe. Might have hung around over there.
We just got a request from one of our viewers to update the score sheets, and it's not working for us. We wish we could, so we'll announce them periodically. But if you're just ducking in to view the games once in a while, it's going to be tough to see it because they're not displaying for us. We're not sure why.
Back to the draw game here for Billy Morehouse, and Donna Caleo throwing her second stone of this fifth end. Would love to get one behind these guards.
Yes, come on, we can bury this. We gotta go. All the way, come on, bury it. Bury it, bury it.
It's a good looking shot from Donna. They can get some curl out of this. This rock looks like it's gonna bury if it's got enough legs to get there. And pretty good. It still left it partially exposed. Bill's sitting three. 3 red rocks on the park. 8-foot circles wide open. Roger with a decision now here. Do you keep trying to clear these rocks, or do you try to stuff one here?
Well,
And he's going to go for the stuffer.
Right, that's the tough decision sometimes. If you go draw behind and make it, you're in good shape. But at the same time, you're worried about having that lonely shot rock in the house.
Yep.
When they got 3 on the outer edges, it could potentially turn into a big score.
He's behind here by a point, so he really needs to get something on the rings here.
I don't think this one's going to make it.
I don't know. The weight might be okay, but it's just not curling. It's not curling. Starting to move now, but it's running out of steam.
Yeah.
And it just didn't make the rings.
Didn't make it, so there's still 3 red in there. And
my goodness.
Morehouse going to go for a draw now.
I'm trying to think it over what you want to do here, sitting 3. Plenty of room to draw, but just doesn't. But the rock, it's just not curling where the rock needs to be thrown. The line's just not curling. So
you have to be cautious too about drawing too far in. Even
I'm not sure what you mean. What do you mean too far in?
Well, if they're drawing in, if you draw down to the top 4,
right,
then they're going to try and put one right on top of you, and you negate the other 2.
True.
Or the other 3, actually.
Right.
So do you want to leave it a little bit higher, up on the 12?
I don't think so.
No?
I think if you're Bill, you want to go behind these guards right to the top of the 4-foot circle and just say, come and chase me.
Okay.
Now he's in control of the end, and Roger's got to think about what he's going to do to get Bill off of the 4-foot. The main thing is to get it behind everything. Don't leave Roger something where he can hit and roll. And it just doesn't, on this line, it just doesn't want to come over. There's no way this is going to bury. I think I would take this to the back of the rings. And look like it might be there on its own. It is, or through. Actually went through the park. Wow.
Well, that's the other thing, though. I mean, it's not curling here on this side. So it's...
I mean, no, the 8-foot circle hasn't been touched yet. Regardless of where you're getting to it, it hasn't been, there's no stones on the 8-foot circle. Everything's in the 12-foot. Roger needs to get a rock behind. Look at how much he's almost in the money. How close into the 8-foot is he? He's just about 4 or 5 inches into the 8-foot circle trying to get to the pot. So that's 3 feet of curl at its best, right? At its best.
Maybe 3.5 feet, but, well, 3 foot around the blue, the top blue.
Right. No, I mean, like where the broom is, if you can get to the top button, it's...
Right, 3 foot.
Yeah, it's not a lot of curl. So we'll see if we can get one to curl. He's going to ask for a little more ice, I believe. Yeah.
Actually, looking at a lot of these are more
he tightened it up.
3 inches of curl.
My goodness, he tightened the ice up. So he's not looking for this rock to curl much more than 2.5 feet, 3 feet at the most.
Like I say, some of them haven't been curling much more than 3 inches.
It looks wide to my eye, watching it on TV.
It's outside the 4-foot line.
The line's getting better, and he actually got this one to curl. Michelle's saying, whoa, because it's just not curling. Not curling. Perfect weight, too. Absolute perfect weight, and it just didn't curl.
Nope.
I mean, that rock didn't curl. If you hit the broom, that rock curled about 1.5 feet. Maybe. 18, 20 inches. So not even.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Yeah, not even.
It's a,
not even.
you're being generous
I
there.
am. You're right. It curled about 1 foot, right?
I mean, it's just on the edge of the 4.
Correct. It curled 1 foot with perfect weight. Wow, that's real tricky.
Right, and I don't think he threw it out, so
No.
he had about 1 foot of curl.
Yeah.
And even that was just towards the end.
Correct. Well, now a real opportunity here for Morehouse to hit and flop under these guards. Not curling. Not curling. He's going to get shot rock out of there. Shooter's going away. Roger will have the same shot for his 1 against 3.
No, he's got full 8, back or front.
Yes, indeed.
That's just a sweeper. You've got to remind yourself.
Exactly. Good one.
Sometimes I've swept for the front 8 and been a little short, and it really could have been front 8, top 4, back 8.
Yes, sir.
And you look at yourself afterwards and want to hit yourself with a broom.
Yep. So big shot against 3 here for Roger. I'm sure he's not thinking about throwing it against 3. He's just got to hit the 8-foot circle and he'll get his 1 and move on.
It's basically the last shot he threw.
Yep.
What do they say? Just throw the same thing.
Right. Easiest thing. Just got to do the same thing. Throw the same shot. Oh my goodness. I don't think he's going to get it there.
Well, Michelle coming out to help him.
Trying to get it there. Yeah, he made it. He's fine. He's fine. Right to the 4-foot circle. Little ice water in his veins there for Roger Rowlett.
Yeah, I think they scared themselves, though.
Well swept. Yep, they swept it real early. But that's the idea. Hear somebody say, oh, we swept it real early. Well, okay. And? So 4-4 after 5. We've got a great game here in our ace semi. You want to update the scores around the other scores, Roger?
The 4th end has not been posted on sheet 2 yet, so we'll skip over that. Sheet 3, looks like 5-0. Petersham over NVCC, so Petersham.
Nittany Valley.
5-0. And on sheet 4, Jones 6-2 over Plainfield.
And there you have the updated scores. On to the 6th end in our feature game here. Coming back towards the glass and the warm room here in the Utica Curling Club.
Right, they're about an end ahead of everybody, too. They're not wasting any time.
Yeah, both skips are pretty deliberate in playing a pretty quick game. I've curled with both Bill and Roger, and they both move right along. They know what they want to do, and they move right along. Keep their players in a nice rhythm.
Okay, on sheet 2, updated score, Palazzoli took 1 in the 4th end. So it's Utica Schaefer 7-1 over Utica Palazzoli. They're calling for a takeout. Putting the broom right on the rock. Anticipating little or no curl. Doesn't sound happy with this one either.
No, it's not bad. It's getting to the nose.
Okay. Just sounded like an unhappy no.
Meaning you didn't want anybody to sweep it.
Yeah. Well,
So
as opposed to a very insistent no.
right.
You get those sometimes too.
Yeah, I'm not shy about yelling when I don't want people to sweep.
I've never noticed that about you, Dave.
So Verlene will look to hit. Bill will try and put himself back in line here to get a deuce. Turned into a kind of a real defensive game here after those scores of 3.
Yeah.
Each team with a 1 after that.
That's more of a score that we expected to see when these
Absolutely.
people trading 1, maybe a 2.
Yep. Just gotta get it out of
Hit
there.
and
I
roll.
think,
Is he
yeah.
behind cover? No.
No, not quite. It
Peek
came
out
out the other side. Yep.
We're starting to sound like each other now. That scares me.
Hey, you're fun to curl a game with. You know, to call a game with. So Howie looking to hit and roll. And is shaping up like another blank. No, and it's floating on him. Just floated. It's just a strange piece of real estate tonight over there, but it's going to stick around. Bill will waste no time in having Matt get rid of this.
It has been a fairly straightforward game, though. I haven't really had the opportunity to say, Dave, what would you do? Because most of them are pretty self-explanatory.
That's right, and you're playing with 2 really good teams here too, and that's part of the mystique of curling when there shouldn't be a lot of guesswork.
Well, there's not a lot of
This shooter's going bye-bye.
not a lot of debris in the house either. So
No, it stuck around out there. Good shot.
sometimes when those houses get a little crowded, you get 2 or 3 shots and you're not quite sure what's the best one.
Yep,
Or sometimes there is no good shot.
very true. Or how to make your opponent's next shot
Yeah.
more tricky.
Or on a bad day, you make it for them.
A little tight, I guess. They're thinking. Oh, he's all over it.
Maybe an inside roll.
Yeah, it looks like it. Nice shot there from Howie. It looks like the Skips are playing for a blanker here, unless they can get a hit and roll behind, which is what Bill would like to do here with Matt. Then the door will be open up for a multiple score.
Looks like a nose hit, maybe a little
A
inside.
little inside roll, but not much.
Well, they're working their way to the center line.
They are.
Another 16 rocks, they should be there. Kind of interesting looking at these other sheets. There's a lot of stones in the houses. Ours is a little, the feature game's a little empty.
Yes, it is.
They trade hits.
Yep. Good game, nonetheless. We're getting late in the ends here. It starts to get a little nerve-wracking. You want to make your shots and keep this end clean at this point. I'm sure that Bill's thinking about a blank end here at this point. I'm thinking.
Right, and this is the way this is playing. One missed shot can change an end.
This is not going to bury. Good takeout from Michelle. And here we go. Here we go again. See if someone can get one behind this guard here. A little hit and roll. Unsuccessful thus far.
Get ready, yes!
And just enough to get it off the rings. I believe. No, I don't know. I can't say. Looks like it's off the rings. Yep. And now just a stone cold draw here for Michelle. Nothing else to hit and get off the rings and roll. So Michelle will look to get one behind cover here. Only one guard in play, and that's all you need. Line looks great. Trying to bury this rock, and they're going to do so. Good shot there from Michelle, right to the top four, showing about a third of a stone, I guess, from where I'm sitting. Looks like about a third, maybe a quarter. Bill will try and come down and freeze with Donna's last rock at the end. Wouldn't mind giving Roger his, no, wait a minute. Bill's got hammer here. I'm sorry. Sixth end.
I mean, but we want to control this end. Let's try to get here. Let's kill it. If you just miss it, you'll rip it.
Looks like Bill's going to try and either rip the guard away, or if it misses the guard, he'll chip the blue rock out. And achieve the peel of the guard. Left the shooter in a good spot. And Roger will try and give some shelter to this blue rock on the 4-foot.
Looks like there might be a blue biter there on the outside of the house.
I can't tell if that's biting the house or not from, it could be.
Doesn't look like it on the screen.
It looks like there's daylight between it on the screen, but this angle's kind of tough. Yeah, I'm thinking it might be a biter bar if it comes into play. Roger without hammer here in the 5th end. 6th end, I'm sorry. 6th end. Would like to guard up here. See if Bill's going to run the double. Higher guard would probably be better than a tighter guard, right?
Well, probably at this point.
Surely doesn't curl much here.
And if it's going to be a tight guard, then you want it real tight, so and straight on. So it only gives them a straight back run back. Straight back, run back. Is that a word, expression?
Works for me.
I think you can make up words and expressions as long as people understand what you're saying. Let's see the top one.
Oh, that's.
Oh.
This is the So Roger threw a perfect guard here.
Now look at Joyce over here on sheet 2 with a flyer. People can't see it, but she. Joyce Schaefer threw a bullet down through there and went right between everything. Would have taken out 4 stones.
So Roger trying to steal here. He's got a rock on the 4-foot guarded up with a pretty high guard. Bill's going to come down here, and I think he'd like to chip this rock out and roll behind the guard with the ice he's taken here. Boy, if he could do that, he'd be back in line for 2. Skip deuce here. I think that's what he's thinking.
Looks like almost like backline weight. Now, boy. It's just a heavy draw. So if he taps it, is he got to get across the nose, across the face? No. Just pushed it down into the 4.
Yep. His rock is in a good spot, though. Now, Roger's got to play guard here, I believe. Or do you go after this rock and try to flip over and sit 2?
Well, I think that's exposed enough to hit it nose or just off nose. If you hit it just off nose, you could lose it and roll over on top of your blue or in front of your blue.
I'm a little shocked Roger's not going after this red rock, but
I'm not sure what he's looking at it from the other side of the house.
Yep.
Not sure what he'd be looking at here. Freezing to his blue?
Yep. It's a little exposed.
Maybe.
So if he doesn't cover that blue rock up, Bill can come down and tap him out and get 2s. That's the thing here. He's trying to play protect the 1 and steal his 1. If he can come right to his rock and freeze on it, he'll be setting 2, and his rock that he's throwing now is not going anywhere if he freezes on it, right?
Well, actually, if he leaves, you almost want to leave a little bit of a gap between them. That way, if Bill hits red into blue, it doesn't affect the other one, right?
There's a lot of little scenarios here. Yeah, this is a tricky little shot here from.
If he's frozen to that blue and Bill hits his red, it could lose both blues.
And it is risky to go after the red one if you chip the guard. He's playing for 2. So this is probably the better of the 2 calls.
Well, we're up here, so we can't be wrong.
We can just give you the options that we can think he's going to throw, and he's on his guard, I think. Oh, no, maybe they're going to get it by. Wow, good sweeping. Got it by. Pretty darn good shot.
Yep, well,
that's a beauty.
That's about what he wanted.
That's what he wanted to throw. That's a great shot.
Actually, depending on the angle Bill hits that red, it makes that back blue harder to get to. Because he's got to get by the top blue. And if he hits the top blue, he's going to miss the back blue.
Great shot there from Roger.
Yeah, I like it.
Shot of the game.
That could be in our highlight reel.
Indeed. Bill's in a little bit of a pickle here. This is Hammer Stone of the 6th end. The game is tied. Roger Rowlett is sitting 2. Can he see enough of that stone to double those out? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe.
Have to hit it.
Comes with big weight. No, he can hit it.
He can hit the top one and come over the top of the back one.
Where's my curler here? Here we go. I'll see if I can draw this up for you. Now he's looking the other way. I think if he comes down here, well, he's in the way. Comes down here and just hits that with as much as he can get. This rock goes here.
Right over the top.
And this rock goes back there. Bye-bye.
Yep. But he's got to hit it enough outside.
He's got to hit what he can see.
Yeah,
if he hits what he can see of it, I think, right?
Yep.
Taking his time here. Kind of a little timeout for Team Morehouse. He's consulting with Matt and Donna. Big shot here. This is a shot of the game. Roger made a beautiful shot to tap his stone back and cover it up.
Okay, we'll do a score update while they're looking. Sheet 2, Utica Schaefer is 7-3 over Utica Palazzoli. Utica Palazzoli just took 2 in the 5th end. So he's narrowing it down a little bit. Team Schaefer still ahead. Sheet 3, Petersham, 8-0 over Nittany Valley. Sheet 4, Utica Jones, 6-3 over Plainfield. Plainfield took 1 more in the 5th end, narrowing the lead down a little bit. Jones is still ahead, 6-3.
There's your updates, folks. So, Bill, I don't know what he's deciding to do here is look like he's going to raise his red rock right into the crotch of these 2 rocks and try to double these 2 rocks out.
Boy, that's
I think that's what he's trying.
man, boy, I don't know. That's if he hits that back blue, he's going to lose the rock.
Wait, have it.
Ooh,
He made it.
what a
What
nice
a
shot.
great
Yep.
shot by Billy.
Picked off the back blue and left it in the forefoot.
Absolute great shot.
That was a good shot.
That's a good curling shot. Roger made a great shot, and Bill came back and topped him to get his one in the sixth end.
Yeah, I don't see where he could have got both of them out. I think if he'd hit that top blue, it would have lost. It would have gone out and
May have been
Would have gone
run it
left.
right into the crotch. Maybe
Yeah.
again, we'll never know, but it was a beautiful shot.
maybe we could take that one over.
Like to see that one on replay. That was a good one. Roger made a great shot, and Bill topped it. So it's 5-4 after 6, folks. We're heading for the 7th end. And great game. You're a semifinal of the 2022 GNCC Senior Mix Championship here at the Utica Curling Club.
And sheet 4 is an A semi too.
Yes, it is.
So the winner of 4 will play the winner of 5, I believe.
That is,
both- if
I
they're
think
both-
that is correct. Yep. That is correct. Yep. And we'll have that game for you tomorrow at 11:30 or thereabouts a.m. after our Piper and our our opening ceremonies. We will be broadcasting that game live for you here. Hey, thanks a lot, Dan. Dan here for our Mitchell tournament last week. Always like to hear when people have good things to say about what we're providing here. We've tried to make it a little bit more than an educational tool, which is what how it was originally meant to be, but
No, that's why I do the broadcast, just to learn something.
amen.
Gives me a chance to ask questions about why would you do that.
Yep. I get back to my roots, actually. I actually went a long time ago, went to school for radio and TV broadcasting, so I feel like I'm back at home.
See, as opposed, I took
And I'm a bit of a hot dog, but that's regardless.
yeah. I took underwater basket weaving, so that's where my major is.
That's why you got good curling hands, man. So back down to the 7th end here. Got a blue rock that's going to go where to the top 4
on top of it.
for Rowlett. Heard Bill say he'd like to come down and just sit on top of it. I got a feeling something spectacular is going to happen in the finish of this game. I don't think this is going to go out like a mundane curling game.
Well, I always said, though, when you're watching the game, you want it to be close, right down to the end.
Absolutely.
When you're in it, you really don't want it to be that close.
I'm going to go,
It's a little nerve-wracking.
it is. It's a very nerve-wracking game. Okay, this is going to come up a little short. That's really good for Roger. Really good. He'd like to get another one right on top of his blue one here. Right there, right in between the red and blue one.
So sheets 2, 3, and 4 are playing their 6th end now. Sheet 5 is still one end ahead of everybody. Clipping along pretty good.
MJ looking to draw around. Give a little company to that blue rock on the top of the forefoot.
They have to be careful, too, because if they corner their own, they leave a way in for Team Morehouse.
True. Looks like she erred on the side of being short without hammer, which is probably a good idea. And the guards are up, and it's pretty cluttered up.
It would have been probably better to come behind the red a little bit, top 12. So you're counting, but still. Bill wants that blue gone.
Yep. Try to a little cleanup time here from Matt.
Put the brim where you want to hit it. Yep. It's right here. Okay. What do you want?
He's actually looking to make a blue-red raise. Double run back here is what he's looking for. In the process, he could clear the front end out. It's over curling a little. Whoop. Okay. Roger will attempt the same shot with Howie's first stone here in the 7th. Front end thinks it's got enough weight. Just not curling. We go behind it and heavy.
That's going to be pretty much our word of this game. It's just not curling.
And heavy. Went right through. Unfortunate miss there. Now I think you want to still peek if you're Bill.
Try to split the top line or just get the back line.
He's got that very, very high guard up there.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, this is where you get into that situation where if you don't peel, you're trying to finesse around.
It can get real junked up on you.
And then you wonder sometimes later on if you should have.
Line close. How's the way? Yes. Yes. Whoa. Whoa.
Nope. I don't think so.
It's
going to chip it over. Well, that
chipped it a little bit, but it's going to be on the non-curly side though,
so true.
It's going to be tough to come down and get that one. And they've all the ones that have been coming down that side, they're all on the 4-foot line or to the outside. And they're not
True.
curling. I wonder if you could get inside that 4-foot line if they curl. I mean, unfortunately with these guards, you're not going to be able to try it yet.
Yeah, that's true. See, right here, this is just not curling.
Sometimes an inch either side, it goes from no curl to curl.
Now this one is coming, but just not enough, right? Not enough to get behind it. I just don't think so.
Well, that came about 2 rocks. So
yeah, 1 and 2.
open.
Now Bill's got to play a draw here. Now you got to abandon the.
You guys like that or you want a hand? No, that's fine.
No, he's got a backer.
Yeah, good.
You can't tell exactly back four.
Yeah, that it looks like shot rock in the back 4, so you can take your shot at a guard here. If you come to it, then you start playing that piling them up on the same rock kind of game, but not quite how they wanted the end to shape up here if you're Bill Morehouse.
How's the weight? Line's tight. You got to go for line. Got it. Line's dead. All the way. Can we bring it in?
Oh,
it backed up.
yeah, that did something.
Lost the handle, lost
maybe.
that. First pick of the game. Real unfortunate time for it too.
So now we're top 4?
Right? No.
No, top 12.
Right. Oh yeah, just block them now. Cut the rings down time. Sitting 1 and 2. Don't need another one in there.
That's true too.
Just want to make it hard for Bill to get at the 4-foot now. Right there, even higher is okay. There. Just somewhere in that 4-foot plane.
So that's sometimes where I err. It's like I just want to put another one in.
Like right about here. I'm going to put it right about there.
Roger calling for a sweep.
It's going to be a little deeper than he wanted it. A little deeper than he wanted it. Not bad, though.
No.
Not bad. Well, it's still open to get there, but now things are getting really messy here for Morehouse because Roger's sitting 3. And
If he comes down to that back one, though, it negates the top two.
all of them.
If he yeah, basically.
All
yes,
of 'em.
Yes.
It really will. That's the shot he's looking for from Donna here now.
If she freezes right to it,
Oh, easy. Line's real good. Gotta curl it.
he likes the line.
Gotta curl it fine. Right
Nope,
off.
he doesn't like the line.
Oh, no.
Look at that, just stay out
Just
there.
not coming over. Weight was pretty good. It's just not coming over.
Now, I think the earlier ones, if they went
Oh,
down that,
man, that's
if
unfortunate.
they went inside that 4-foot line, they do curl.
Wow.
This one outside the 4-foot line did not move.
Nope.
Nope, nope, nope.
Nope, nope, nope. Now Roger can make, Bill's going to have to clean stuff up with his first shot if Michelle throws a good guard here. Just want to take the rings away now. You want to make the 4-foot circle inaccessible now from this end, from this side.
Now that one's moving. That one moved quite a bit
know.
compared to everything else. Where did it
It
end up?
did. It's still there. And I think that's all Bill's got. He's going to get one shot at redemption here. One shot at redemption. He's got to put one right freeze. He's got to be shot rock here after this throw, wherever it is. I guess you could put it in a number of places. You could put it here. You could freeze on the one. Oh no. Oh, yikes. We'll just leave that alone for now. So just leave that be.
Yeah, we just had the monitor go blank here, scared us.
Oh boy, we're all good.
They're shaking.
Stream's running.
They're shaking on sheet 3. So it's Petersham over NVCC.
Nittany Lions.
So Petersham taking the win. It was explained it's Petersham.
All right. We're looking for a shot here. Billy's got to make a shot. Roger's sitting 3. He's got a chance to get to the 4-foot circle here.
Up there shaking on sheet 2 also.
Looks like it's got a chance. Looks like
Did it
it's
get
got
in?
a chance. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Has
not
he got
enough?
it?
No.
Not enough. Oh, just a couple feet too
that's a
short.
heartbreaker right there.
It is a couple feet too short. So Roger's still sitting 1 and 2. If Roger doesn't throw, the only shot Bill has is to tap up the shot he just threw.
Yeah.
So Roger's going to throw a guard.
Bill effectively guarded himself from clean shot.
Yep.
I mean, he does have a raise if Roger leaves it open. So sheet 2, Joyce Schaefer over Utica Palazzoli. So Utica Schaefer is the winner of the game on sheet 2. Petersham is the winner on sheet 3 over NVCC. Sheet 4, Utica Jones is still going against Plainfield in our feature game. Utica Morehouse against Utica Rowlett.
Down to the last 2 shots here. No, I'm sorry. Roger's got hammer here. Roger's got hammer, right? This is the last. Is this the last stone? No, they both got a stone left. Roger shooting his first skip stone with hammer here in the 7th. With hammer, sitting 2. Not sure exactly where Roger. I think he's just guarding up there at this point. Take his deuce.
Yeah,
Not sure what else he can do.
Unless again, if he
Doesn't want to do it for him by tapping him up.
also wants to guard against the. Can you guard against the draw and the raise? Not with that one. He's not gonna.
Oh my goodness, where are they going with this?
It's still
Okay,
coming
just
in.
taking the raise away. Okay.
Oh yeah. Guess he's going to have to, if for that raise, he's going to have to go blue-red combo.
Protecting his, protecting the park. They're both, Roger, that was a defensive throw from Roger. Now what has Bill got?
He's got a blue-red raise, potentially.
Blue-red raise is there.
From the rock Roger just shot.
Yep, he's not even looking that way.
No, he isn't. He's looking down the other side of the sheet.
Seeing if he can get enough of that rock to double the 2 blues out and sit 2. I think that's what he's looking at.
That would be an interesting shot.
Can't see much of the rock as part of it.
No.
Can't see much of it. Looking down the ice, it looks buried.
Yeah, when you look at the house cam, it looks more open until you look down the sheet.
It does. So true.
And then if you hit the outside, you come across the top of the back blue. And he's using up all his thinking time.
Indeed.
We were just saying earlier that there's not been a lot of this in this game where there's no obvious shot.
Very true.
Here's a classic one right here.
So here it is. Looking down, this part of the forefoot here is wide open on the side he's coming at. If he can get one behind the blue rock that's on the top of the forefoot, he could very well steal the end.
Right. Full 4 will take it.
Full 4 will take it. So that's what he's going to try and do.
Yeah, we're looking at tapping the blue up and all kinds of stuff. Missed
Just
the
a
draw completely.
Just got a complete draw. Complete open draw. And it hasn't been curling much here. So we'll see what he's got here.
And Matt Hames going on both sides of the rock there, trying to steer it. He's on the side trying to keep it out. Doesn't really seem to be moving it yet.
It's a little late. Oh my goodness. Oh my
that would have been
goodness.
a beautiful shot.
Wow, just a foot short.
Another rock and a half.
Oh my goodness gracious. Now what does Roger do to get more than 2 here? Come follow this one down and tap it? Does he and he gets his deuce, right? It's dangerous though, right? It's dangerous. He doesn't tap it right and he hits it off the blue. He could leave Bill's seat sitting 1 where it's sitting. It's in a good spot because it's kind of cornered on that blue rock, correct?
Well,
you're going to move the blue rock if you hit the red one.
Isn't he sitting 2 right now?
He is sitting 2. I'm just thinking how he gets 3.
Okay, well.
Does he get 3 or does he walk away with his deuce and say, let's play the last end up 1 without hammer?
If he comes down the left side of the sheet, he's got a lot of curl in to get, no, he's got a touch 4 if he comes down the left side of the sheet.
You don't want to mess.
The no harm
You're sitting
side.
2. You don't
Right.
want to mess up sitting 2.
Right. If he comes down too hard and takes his own back blue out, there's not a lot of room.
This is what I was hoping for, Tim. The whole team's involved here in the 7th end. It's a close game. He's got a 2-point lead if he doesn't throw a rock here. He's got a 1-point lead if he doesn't throw a rock. Not a comfortable lead, but a lead.
Well,
And you don't want to do anything to hurt yourself. 1 up without hammer,
1 up
right?
without hammer. That's
Right.
that old,
Yeah.
you want to be 1 up or without hammer or 1 down with hammer. 6 of one, half dozen of the other.
Agreed. Both teams have played very well.
Where Morehouse put this was actually a great spot because it makes Rogers has to really think about what he's going to do here.
My goodness, if he had thrown this if that rock had gone, if Bill's had gone another foot, I think Roger would have, I'm not sure Roger could
Looks
have
like
scored.
he's trying to tap that red back.
Yep, he is. He's going to go for it here.
So
Roger going for broke. He wants to be up 2.
So if he taps that red, just doesn't want to tap it back.
Well, I
into
mean,
the
he's
fourth
coming.
one.
He's coming with. He's right on the corner of the rock. He's coming with weight here. He's coming with like a takeout. So what he doesn't want to do is just squeak out with 1 either. So here we go. Hammerstone in the 7th end. Roger Rowlett trying to take this red rock out and sit 3. Looks like it's got a good chance. I think he's got it. I think he's all over it. That's a fine shot.
Yes, he does.
I don't know who's sitting
Oh.
3.
He might not be out counting.
No,
that
he didn't.
red.
The red rock is 3. The red rock's number 3. So that's going to be a deuce for Roger. Good shot. Had to keep it. Had to get a little more of it to stick his rock there.
Leaves them 1 up without hammer.
Right. So after 7 ends, that's Rowlett 6, Morehouse 5. The 8th end coming your way.
Okay, it's turning into a
Good game.
good game.
Mm-hmm. I expected it would be. Again, 2 very skilled teams, and it's been a very well-played game. There has not been a lot of errors, and both teams have worked hard to get the points that they've gotten.
That was probably the most challenging house they had all game. Right
Agreed.
there,
Yeah,
because
definitely.
There was shots, but no clear winners, and they had to make a decent shot to either score the point or cut down their opponent.
Yep. So here we go. Morehouse with hammer. Here in the 8th end of our featured A-semi game of the 2022 GNCC Senior Mixed Championship.
And on sheet 4, Jones took 1 additional point, leaving him 7-3 over Plainfield. Utica Jones 7, Plainfield 3. It's the only game left. The other 2 were finals.
In that Jones game, we'll play the winner of our featured game between Morehouse and Rowlett tomorrow at 11:30. We'll be back.
Winners play winners, losers play losers.
Right. The losers go to what we call the D event. It's always the way it is. If you've been undefeated in a curling tournament, you usually go from the A to the D, and those are the only 2 teams. The good news is that they only have to play 1 game tomorrow morning. Some folks are going to have to play 2 games tomorrow, 8:30 and back at 11:30.
Or get up early, play 1 game, and not get that second game in.
Indeed. So Erlene trying to set up a. Where'd the first rock go? I wasn't paying attention where the first rock went.
It's right there in the center guard.
Okay. Watching on TV is a little different than watching the game live.
Oh boy, this one's just going to make it over the highway.
And taken off too.
Just.
Yeah, they got it over. It's usable. Roger will throw a second guard up here. It looks like that rock might have picked on her.
Roger likes his guards right in line with each other. You notice he doesn't put them side by side.
He doesn't stagger them.
Some people like them side by side. Roger likes them close and a little bit farther out.
You know, string of pearls.
Yeah, those Sunday morning playoff games are lonely sometimes. You're down here
you're right.
8:30 in the morning in a nice
What am I doing here?
cold morning. Sometimes you're the only sheet out there.
What am I doing here?
It's quiet, it's cold, and then you lose.
I could be snuggled up, right?
And you think, why did I come in here to do this? Nope. Especially because normally the night before is a little more social, so
Indeed.
you either behave yourself or go home early.
I think the ice is changing a little bit. Okay, you came out right here. So just get it out here.
Well, Billy not playing for 1 here. He's going to use his corner guard. And Roger will go right for the 4-foot circle, if I'm not mistaken, if Erlene puts this shot where Bill wants it. And then Matt will start peeling.
It is nice that this weekend we did get some out-of-town teams in there.
Mm-hmm.
With this whole COVID thing going on, we weren't quite sure how any of these bonspiels are going to work.
Yeah, it's definitely put a little damper in how many teams have attended. Hopefully this COVID thing will eventually go away, and next year we're hopeful that next season we'll be back to some degree of normalcy.
Bringing this one into the tee line in the wings.
It'll be shot rock. Yep. Now Roger will go for the 4-foot here. And this will put a lot of pressure on Morehouse if he can get one there.
Well, with any luck for our viewing public, it'll go extra rounds.
Mm-hmm.
I think we had one here, went to an extra end one time, and they blanked it and went to 2 extra rounds.
No kidding.
They didn't blank it on purpose. It just happened.
Shot here from Howie. And that works out pretty well. I think if you're Billy, you got to start peeling.
Yeah. I don't think I can get
no.
inside.
He's going to go after that.
He definitely knows it. Okay, make sure you like the ice.
No, if he hits that, he's got the potential to hit it and roll under cover.
Whatever you like for the ice. It's half weight, right? Oh, half? Okay. Yeah. It's half carry. Okay. I only half of it. That's a high guard. Yeah. You like that? Yeah.
Just looking for a hack weight shot here. Trying to hit and roll underneath, which would leave him sitting 1 and 2.
Oh boy.
And there's that run.
No, it's coming in. Look at it. It's not going to roll, but it's going to come in.
And Bill just got in position to sweep the rock. Okay. So they are sitting 1 and 2. Is Team Morehouse.
And they're both out there in the 12 foot, so really, at this point, Roger only needs to keep them, to take one. To steal would be ideal.
Well, if he puts one behind this rock now on the 4 foot, Roger's going to peel that top one and try and bust everything open with Matt's last stone. Matt can certainly throw that kind of weight that'll need to do that. So I think that's what we're going to be looking for if Howie's attempt to stuff one here works. Looks good, too.
It's a little heavy.
Heavy, huh?
No, maybe not.
No, I don't think so. It's pretty good. Going to go past the tee line.
Well, okay, just back 4.
Went past the tee line. Didn't want that. Believe me, didn't want to be there.
So what do you do here? Just come down to it, tap it?
I think he's going to lose the high guard.
Can't see what they're planning here.
Hi, Amy. Bill took a slide down here to consult with Matt, try and get on the same page as what they want to try here. I don't know if he's going to open up the front end or he's going to try and come soft at this one, and rock is behind the tee line. And he's going to come and get this with a soft takeout, huh?
Soft takeout or freeze to it?
I don't know what he wants. Just you can tell when he's sliding out.
That's a draw weight right there. That's freeze.
All the way hard.
If it makes it.
Hard, guys. You gotta go.
Going to be on the top one.
Yep.
Going to open it up, however. Oh, boy.
Boy, didn't really open it up.
Not good.
No.
Not good.
That was way too light.
Yeah. Boy, I'm shocked that they didn't peel the front end open there.
Yeah,
shocked.
Pro side would have been heavy on that
one.
Better
Yeah.
to go by, maybe take it on the way by.
Absolutely.
This is devastating right now.
Wow. Tough miss there.
Roger's going to draw another one behind.
Sure. He puts one in between these two blue rocks here, and it's going to be really tough for Morehouse to climb out of this one.
This is the one where you sit there and say, maybe I should have gone.
This is the dagger. I think we should have
gone after those guards.
20/20's hindsight, Tim, but I think I would have been peeling there.
Well, I always say that after the fact, too. I wish I had to start out with. Top 4.
No, it's
Angled
coming deep.
though. Angled.
Came deep.
No, it's top.
No, it came deep.
Right at T line as I'm looking at the sheet. So it's just above T, looking at it on the sheet. But it gives them an angle in, I think.
Well, if Donna can get one to these rocks and just freeze on one of these rocks, it's gonna be looking like an extra end. Or is he going to run this out?
Looks like he's going to running that back.
Got to do it. Got to do it.
As I look at it, not on TV though, if he hits that top blue, he can run both. If he runs that red into the top blue, both blues will go, potentially. Looks a lot different looking at it on the sheet than it does on
Sure
this.
does. Well, Donna trying to play cleanup here. It's just going to chip the red one out of the way. Oh, no, it's going to leave it right there. Oh, goodness. No, it opened it up.
No, that was
no,
nice.
it worked out
That
fine.
was nice.
Worked out fine. And Roger plays guard now. Guard all day. Guard for your life if you're Roger now. Guard for your life. Right there. A little tighter.
See, again, this is a good example right now. What is basically a simple shot, so to speak, a simple guard, a simple draw, can make or break this end.
It's going to be perfect. It's a perfect guard.
A little higher than what he called them.
It's okay.
Perfectly lined up.
Perfectly lined up.
Sheet 14, Jones, Utica Jones over Plainfield.
We'll play in the finals tomorrow, will Team Jones, yes?
Oh, yep.
Yep,
Team
there.
Jones will be playing 11:30 or 11:30 probably in the finals. Team Plainfield will be playing in the D finals.
Well, she got one of them off the pot. So that's a big change in the way things are. At least there's one.
I was looking away. I missed that one completely.
And Donna tried to make a run back, and it overcurled a little bit, and it
Picked the middle one
picked
out?
the middle one out. Yeah,
Okay.
picked the one on the back four out. So now Roger needs to throw a good guard, and he'll leave. We're down to skip rocks here, yes?
That's interesting. She picked that one out.
Yep.
Could you play that one over again for me? That's what we need next is a replay.
Right.
Told you I was watching earlier.
That's her shooter right there.
Okay.
And
that
there
is-
was
yep.
one here, and she hit it, and it just went in between the two blues and chipped the blue one out. And shooter went over there.
I was home watching the early game there, and I was watching. I saw Team Law on TV, watching, and then I hit the remote. Next thing you know, I'm watching Team Law. They're playing somebody else. I switched YouTube channels, but because Team Law was in both of them, it really confused me. I couldn't figure out how they jumped an end and changed opponents.
Roger looking for a big guard here. It's a big guard. Oh, no. Is it going to come over enough? I think he's going to leave it open. He's leaving it open. Oh, no.
A little tick, but
No, it's open.
it is open.
So the door's open here for Morehouse now. It looks like there's plenty of room to come through this port and even hit and roll, and he's got two rocks on the park to boot.
He's going inside out at
Oh,
it.
my. That's a tough shot there from Roger, not being able to close that hole off. It's not a gimme, but
It's tough without being directly behind to see what that port looks like.
certainly there. Ideally, he would like to hit and roll away, right? Hit and roll under guards or just hit and go away and sit two. If he keeps his shooter and rolls under the guards, it's a perfect shot. Then Roger's got him. If he makes this go bye-bye, he's sitting two even if he loses his shooter,
He really
right?
just doesn't want a nose hit.
Correct.
Anything but a nose hit.
Big shot here from Bill.
But as they say, the key is the hit. Not sweeping hard. Directional sweeping.
He's right there. It's perfect. Perfect shot, Bill. Nice
no
throw.
roll, so
No roll.
it is leaving it possible for Roger.
Now
to
the
follow him down.
the news for Roger is that he's got to hit and stick somewhere and be shot, right?
Right.
Wow, good throw there from Bill. I knew there was going to be some excitement before this game was done.
Yeah.
So Roger's got to follow Bill down here and hit and stick. If he loses his shooter, the game will be over because Red is sitting 1, 2, and 3 right now, and we'll be sitting 2 and 3. Will be shot in 1 and 2 inevitably.
Actually, ideally, he wants to roll in just a tad so he's not open for
Exposed,
the head.
right?
Yeah.
Big shot here from Roger.
They're not sweeping. They're watching it.
They're not sweeping.
They're still watching it.
It's coming.
The crowd's yelling
It's
now.
coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming.
He's got it.
Oh, what a shot. Made it.
He's
Beautiful
got it.
shot.
Beautiful shot. Right down and left it exposed.
Yeah. Now Bill's got to make the same shot he just threw. Great shot from Roger Rowlett. Now Bill's got to come down and make the same shot. The good news for Bill is that he does not have to keep his shooter.
No.
He's just got to make this rock go away.
Right, and again, this
What a
is
fabulous curling game.
This is the typical. I went through the port. You went through the port.
This is
In
what this-
theory, all I got to do is go through the port again.
The skips get the big bucks, baby.
How hard can that be?
None better than these two guys. They have the rock in their hand in this situation, in this club. Two of the best.
And the crowd's lining up behind the window for this shot. Matt Hames was sweeping hard. Now he's up.
He's all over it. He's all over it. Bill Morehouse with the win. Beautiful shot.
Oh,
Beautiful
what a
curling
good
shot.
game.
Very nice. Congratulations to Bill Morehouse. Exciting game.
Morehouse against Jones.
Roger Rowlett and his team played great. Congratulations to Bill Morehouse, Donna Kaleo, Matt Hames, Erlene Pulio. They will face the Utica team of Dale Jones tomorrow in our A final. And also congratulations to Roger Rowlett, Michelle McEnroe, and Howie Feldman and MJ Walsh for a very, very entertaining, fabulously curled game here in the Utica Curling Club. I guess Tim and I, we're going to sign off tonight. Tim, pleasure to work with you as always.
Always fun, Dave.
And folks, have a great rest of your evening. Tune in tomorrow. We will have the finals of the 2022 GNCC Senior Mixed Championship tomorrow right here at 11:30. Come and be part of it. Thanks much.
I'm not sure if they're going to be streaming. Sometimes they turn the stream on without announcers. I'm not sure if they're going to do that for the early game or not.
And I'm not sure either, folks, but if you want to turn your YouTube channel on to the Utica Curling Club, we might have that streamed as well.
We'll definitely be here for the finals, though.
For sure.
Thank you, Dave.
Good night, folks.
Rod, I know it was tough losing, but that was a great game. But it's fun that we can still do something in our 60s just like the 70s. When you come down here, it looks teeny. Down there, it looks huge. Oh, it looks like big. Yeah. Not maybe not huge, but it looks big. Down here, it looks like shit. It was just a nice line. You can tell all three of those shots when you let them go. Well, they didn't back up. They didn't know